Happy Monday, everybody. Oh, it's been a Monday. Today has been a great Monday, though. It is my husband, Brenton's birthday. He turned 35 years old, which means I'm shortly behind in January. It was a really good day, though. The kids had school today, and everybody had a good day. No grumpies most of the day, towards the end of the day, because the time change, they're a little bit more tired at the end of the day, but he had a good birthday. We went out to dinner to a barbecue restaurant that we hadn't tried yet, and it was great. We drove separately because we had to pick up a passenger, and we can't fit passengers in our car with all our kids and us, so drove separately. And then I took the kids with me to the market to get stuff. I'm part of the Moms Club, and we do meal trains when there is a mom who is down, or even if it's not the mom, just the family in general. If somebody in the family is having a hard time, if there's a surgery, if there's been a new birth, all that kind of stuff, we'll do a meal train, and we sign up and bring them meals. And I signed up for a mom who had just had surgery, and our meal day is tomorrow. And I was like, oh shoot, I haven't bought all the ingredients yet. So I took the girls with me, and then we went home and made Brenton frosted his birthday cake and lit all 35 candles, which, God, you're getting old when there's heat starting to come off the cake. Not old, but older. So that was really fun. And then Lucy said at bedtime, she said, I had so much fun at your birthday party, Daddy. So cute. Oh my God, it was cute. Singing him happy birthday and the kids. And do you guys know anybody who says birthday instead of birthday? I always grew up saying birthday, but I've encountered so many people in my adult life who say birthday. I'm like, it's not a t sound. There's a birth sound. Drives me a little bit bonkers. We were talking about that tonight. But now the kids are in bed, freshly showered, ready to podcast. Hi, I'm Leah of Pygmy Tiger Knits here on YouTube and Instagram. I am a serial knitter, a mom of 3, and a wife to a wonderful husband. I live in Michigan, great state of Michigan, love it here. Don't ever want to leave Michigan again. We lived out of state for 5 years, and I was so glad to be back. So that was good. This last week, I didn't get a ton of knitting done. My dad had his knee replaced on Thursday, and of course there was knitting in the hospital. All you do in hospital is wait. So there was 2 days of knitting in the hospital, and in those 2 days I got a lot done. But then once we got home on Friday, there was lots of other stuff to do around his house for him and help him and be around. But did get to take some time because I was down in my hometown where I grew up, and there was a retirement party that I got to go to and visit some family and friends I hadn't seen in a really long time for a little bit. And I did get to go teach on Saturday, which is great. I love my class. They're just the best group of ladies, and they're all sad because it was the last class of their beginning knitting class. And the next class, which will be a hat class, which is a choose your own adventure hat class, doesn't start until the first Saturday in November or in December, because I won't be here next weekend because I get to go to Sleeping Bear Fiber Fiber Retreat up in Northport, Michigan. I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's right on the water. Get to hang out with my friend Sue, meet lots of other fiber lovers and knitters, crocheters, and the like. I'm very excited. Go spend some time up there. And I love Leelanau County, Leelanau Peninsula. I will hopefully get to see my best friend Shannon. She lives up there too. So go do that. I'm very excited. Yay. I just can't wait. I'm excited. I will miss my kids though. I missed them a whole lot while I was down helping my dad. Hopefully he's doing all right. But since I'm doing that next weekend, and then the next weekend is Lucy's birthday, and then it's Thanksgiving, it just didn't feel right to have a bunch of chopped up things. So the next class starts on the 4th of December. And it will be a hat class, and people get to choose what hat they like. I've been teaching my ladies how to search Ravelry and how to use that interface, and also just search the internet itself for patterns. I have suggested, this one is a really great pattern. It's from Kelbourne Woolens. Such a good beginner hat, or even not necessarily beginner, maybe the second one even. It's called their February hat. And they did a whole year of hats, but this particular pattern I really, really like because it's like a sampler of different stitches. Like you have your ribbing, you have your seed stitch, you have this one which looks like stockinette with a purl thrown every now and then. We got broken rib, we have what looks like tuck stitches, and just such a good, I thought it was a really good sample. So I pulled that out for them, but they can decide what they want to do. I have one lady who's determined to make hats for all of her kids for Christmas, which I'm like, woo, go you. She's texting me, here's my ribbing, and then poor thing, she started a Mobius and it was turned. Sorry, Dana, but that's how we learn. On the bonus side, her rib looked awesome. She was really getting her attention and understanding and reading those stitches really well, so she was doing really good. Just had it twisted, and I told her it happens to the best of us, still happens to me occasionally. So I will help. It can be a very new knitter like my students are, or in a more intermediate knitter who just would like to learn something new with hats that they hadn't tried yet and would like a little bit of guidance. So I'm excited for that. So what I was working on in the hospital with my dad, I am making, now that I'm done with my Christmas socks, I am making my gift knitting, which is a lot more pairs of socks, no big deal, and some hats and some Christmas stockings. So this Christmas stocking is done, except for, like, I block it before I do duplicate stitch and put the name on, and then you fold, you seam this down so it's a nice double thick, and then I do an I-cord hanger. Wow, it looks so good on camera. Sorry to toot my own horn there, but I used shepherd's wool, Michigan wool, Michigan company. I love this yarn. This yarn for color work, oh, it's spot on. It's wonderful to work with. Feels good in your hands. Just really great quality. It blooms really, really beautifully when you block it. And if you have questions on how I block it, I'll tell you right now. Maybe I'll do a little video on it when I do block it, but I'm going to knit the other stockings first. I use CDs. I will wet block this, or I soak it with some wool wash and water, and then I put it in my washing machine on the spin cycle. Not the wash cycle, just the spin cycle, to get as much excess water out as I can. And then I push 2 CDs in here. I'll push one at the toe and one at the heel, and I'll use my blocking pins to hold that CD to really form that nice rounded toe and heel. So it'll look really good. This is for my neighbors across the street. They got married in June. And the pattern is, I have a collection of patterns, actually. Let me find the cover here. A New Family Portrait, a collection of 3 Christmas stockings by Doreen Delaney Giordano. Sorry, there we go. And there's Dad, Mom, Emma. And I actually added one more pattern from her. It was Uncle's Christmas stocking. It's another snowflake one. She has several stocking patterns, motifs that you can do. I bought this one because I liked the whole collection of all 3. And I have knit all of these. I will say though, it's not the most well-written pattern, specifically with her numbers. Like, she wants you to have 80 stitches, but then when she gives you her chart of motifs that you can do as a border, you start with a motif and you end with them. Her repeats, the numbers in the repeat, I probably shouldn't have shown the whole chart, I'm sorry. Hopefully it was really fast, but her number count doesn't always match 80 stitches for the repeat. So you really got to double check. Like, one is 78 stitches around, a couple of them are 80. So there's 78 to 80 stitches. So you really got to double check. Her chart for this part on the foot, she has a row in between this motif of just straight color of red, but that doesn't make sense because you need to carry both the colors over here so you would be catching. So I just eliminate that row when I'm doing the foot. And just that kind of thing. That kind of thing bothered me a bit. When I taught this as a class, I had to keep copious notes for my students. That way they didn't get lost. And Jen, I know you got a little bit lost. Jen, one of my previous students, she's the Crafty Badger Knits. Now she's teaching classes. I'm so immensely proud of her. I just, made my heart so happy that she's teaching now. So that was a little bit, yeah. And then when I bought this one, this collection, the 3, it didn't come with the chart for the ABCs to do the names. So then I bought another one of her patterns to print off the name. And I did do a trick that I like to do with a lot of things. I go to Staples or Office Max or wherever, and they'll spiral bound stuff and put a clear cover and a back cover. And I just printed this on heavier cardstock paper, so that way it was a little bit more durable. I've used this pattern a lot because I've knit probably close to 25 of these now for various people. So, and commissions. So have that. So this one's already knit in the red and the white. Oh, is it Charlie? Charlie had to come say hi. He missed me while I was gone at Papa's house, huh? Yeah. Baby, we need to trim your black claws. Okay. The next one I cast on is for Jeremy, her husband. And I just chose to do the same pattern, but I'm using green for him. And instead of doing the whole name, I'm just going to do their first initial. It'll save me a little bit of time. And both their names are very long, Amanda and Jeremy. So it would wrap a lot around the cuff. So I'm just going to do their initials. So I started this today during nap time. I'm hoping to get past the heel, because once I get past this big heel, I just shoot up the leg. Like I knit this, I knit from the toe to when I was ready to do the heel the first day. And I was so bummed because I was being really cocky in a way, because I've knit this so many times. I think I've got the pattern completely memorized, but I totally forgot that after you do the toe increases in this motif and you start doing these two at the same time, that you don't start increasing for the gusset until you hit 6 inches. And I started increasing for the gusset right here. So I increased all the way till I had my number. And then I thought, well, this looks really weird and short. And I was like, oh, boom. So I had to rip back. So I would have been past the heel that first day if I hadn't made that mistake. So then the second day I did the heel turn and finished the main color work. And no, actually I got all the way up to here. And then I did the rest of this after I got home when I was watching Yellowstone last night with my hubby. Have you guys watched Yellowstone on Paramount? Oh my gosh. The show is so good. It's so intense. And I just love it. I love it. And the way that they ended it last season and the way they picked it back up this season was just, ooh, they just hit the ground running. And it was super exciting to have over 2 hours to watch last night. Oh, I'm going to have to rewatch it again because it was just so good. So, yay for Yellowstone. So I was watching that, or working on this. Then during nap time, while I was working on this, I was watching Ted Lasso on Apple TV. And if you haven't watched Ted Lasso, I had heard about Ted Lasso, kind of just like ambient hearing it, and I hadn't really inquired of what it was like, but the people who were talking about it are generally people who I know that like more violent, thriller, that kind of stuff. So I just kind of assumed that that's what it was. No, it's like a fabulous dramedy where there's a little bit of drama but more comedy, and Ted Lasso's an extremely wholesome character, and I've been really very much enjoying it. So I've been watching Ted Lasso. Anyway, those are the works in progress. I have not cast on another pair of socks yet, though I do have it wound. I have my it's called Grand Old Flag from the Painted Tiger. This one, that red, white, and blue stripey for Uncle Marty, that is in my bag. I've been carrying it around waiting to cast that on. And she did tell me, she messaged that she is dyeing more. So if you would like some of that, snag it. It's a great yarn. I'm very excited about it. Pardon me, my throat's really dry today. I've been talking a lot. So got that done. I wound up some of my... Oh my god, look at it. Look how big these cakes are. Like, look at this. Here's that regular cake. Let me go pull this out. Here's a regular cake. Look at that. They're huge! From Knit Collage. This is the boucle base from Knit Collage for my sweater. And I printed out the pattern so y'all could see it. I'm doing the Express Yourself sweater. So the white is my body, and the pink and blue, tealy blue. So I have these wound up so I can swatch, and I will do a pretty big swatch because I'll do stockinette and then I'll do some color work on the swatch just to make sure that it's absolutely correct before I cast on, because this is what I would like to make while I'm up on the retreat. So I got that going. I picked up, I made sure to print off my Andrea Mowry sweater that I was going to use, I'm going to use my Lolo Did It that I talked about last week. The Junction sweater, this is it. This is Andrea Mowry, the designer. Her husband does all of her photography. So it's really pretty. It's knit in sport weight, and I have DK, so I definitely need to swatch and swatch properly for this to try and get my gauge. So I'm going to start with using a smaller needle to get a tighter gauge, so then it's going to be more dense. Or maybe I'll just decide what fabric I like and do the math and figure out which size to make after that. But that's going to be coming around probably in January. Work on that. I guess next would just be acquisitions. Oh, one more thing. I think these are definitely going to be the socks that I make in December for myself. My selfish knitting. I might take these with me. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take them with me to the retreat because I'll be chatting way too much to be able to focus on these, because I do need to look at the class to make sure that I'm doing it right and correctly. So this is for a pair of gorgeous Scandinavian colorwork socks. Oh, I need to print the pattern. When I print it, I'll show it to you because I cannot remember the name of it right now. But it's by Knitology or Knitography. I'm so sorry. I don't know which right now, but I will definitely tag it down below on Instagram what it is. Ooh, now I got something in my eye. Ooh. Sorry. So those have been sitting here on my table where I knit. And now we can talk about acquisitions. So the shop where I teach at, it's called, oops, sorry, Charlie, bumped them. It's called Stranded Coffee and Yarn Shop here in Midland. And Carolyn, one of the owners, and I, we were going through this book, Coffeehouse Knits, and wanting to either do a knit along or a class or a combination of both from this book. Oh God, I gotta show you these socks. I'm going to be teaching a sock class in January, and I might teach these socks out of it. God, aren't they gorgeous? It'd be a good introductory cable because they're not super complicated cables. They're called the Extra Whip Socks. And I haven't knit white socks yet, but man, I just might. It's not very often I see something and I like everything about it immediately. It's got the heel I like. I love a good cable. So we'll see. I'm gonna pull up. We settled on a shawl for our knit along. Trying to show. I should have flagged it with a post-it note. I'm sorry. You can bear with me while I find it real quick. Oh, there it is. It's called the Cremoso shawl. Here's the picture. It just looks like stockinette, so knitting and purling, and then it's got some lace detail on the bottom. Here's a close-up of the lace. So that's gonna be fun. So I picked up some yarn from the shop for that. It's pretty green. I'm very much in a green mood lately. And this is something we carry in the shop. It's Plymouth Yarn Happy Feet 100. It's a 90-10 merino wool and nylon. It's very soft, very squishy, very round, plump yarn. So this is going to live in the shop. It'll be a shop sample. So this is on the agenda, but all the gift knitting needs to be done first. So, and I told Carolyn that. Then, while we were there on Saturday teaching, I had to shop a little bit because all my students were like, I want to make a headband. And a lot of them finished, not a lot of them, 2 out of 3 finished their mitts that we were making, wrist warmers, and they wanted to cast on something else. So we just got started and we went and found patterns. And we have this yarn from Katia, and I think it's being discontinued, sadly. And this is a chain ply. It is 70% virgin wool, 20% silk, and 10% polymade. If you don't know what polymade is, it's basically nylon. It's just another way for it. So see, it's got a chain ply. I'm trying to get that to focus. And this is like a corally orange color. And it's a 50-gram hank, and you get 104 yards. So it's worsted, and it's so soft because of that virgin wool. So I decided it needed to be a fun headband for me, and I bought 3 just because I'm me, and that's what I do. So I got some of that, and then I thought this hot pink would be fun because we all know I'm a very bright person. I like to wear bright colors. So I pulled that, and I was shopping clearance. I was teaching the ladies how to stash. I told them all about how I started to learn how to stash before I was 5 years old, with all my shopping with mom and quilting and going to shops and picking out things. And sometimes you don't know what it's going to be. You just know that you really love it, and it needs to sit in your stash and age like wine until it tells you what it wants to be. So that's what we did. Are you loving on that Christmas stocking? Charlie's just here sitting on the stocking. I hope Jeremy and Amanda aren't allergic to cats, huh? I have to tell them. So some things that came in the mail this week. I had 2 things come in the mail. Squishy mail. This one's from Night Owl Fibers. It is the 12 Days of Christmas for 2021. It is on their 75/25 base, and I got a contrasting mini. And it also came with a cute little progress keeper, beaded progress keeper. I don't remember if this is supposed to be a surprise or not. It wasn't wrapped like a surprise. Maybe it was. Oh well. I have decided that when my Advent socks come and things this year, that I'm not keeping them surprises because I'm going to cast them on before December probably. So if you do not want to see this from Night Owl Fibers, this is your chance to look away. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Look at that. 12 Days of Christmas. Oh my God, I'm excited. It's like it's got some purple. Oh, I shouldn't say that out loud. So many good colors. And I got this contrasting mini that is also in here. So I got that. I love their base. It is nice and dense and thick, and the twist on it. So love their base. Very excited about that. And then today, I have been wanting to do some self-striping DK socks because I just love self-striping socks. They make me super happy. And Woolens and Nosh, they're a Canadian company, Canadian dyer. Woolens, no, are they? Oh shoot, are they? Or are they in Minnesota? Crap. And I can't look it up on my phone because I'm recording on my phone. Sorry. Hold on. We got the trusty iPad. We got to check this out because I want to be correct. I'll make sure to make a note of it. But Woolens and Nosh, their 2021 Advent skein. This is their DK weight. I kind of kicked myself for not ordering this when she first released it, but I was lucky enough she had a second sale where you didn't get like the extra little goodies that were with the Advent skein, but you know, it was deemed not up to par. I don't care. I think it's still going to be fun. And she has it in this cute little bag with a snap, and I already love it. Here's my mini skein. It's just white. And then she had 2 little yarns. She wound all these cakes. Oh my God, her arms must have been killing her. So it arrives with your ends out of this bag, so you can keep it 100% secret if you would like to. How cool is that? 100% secret. So it just comes and comes and comes. And she has it on her card too, where she designed it that in between every stripe, she has a white contrast so that you can stop if you do not want to see the stripe for the next day. I mean, this is the first time that she's done this, and I think she's hitting it out of the park. Yeah. Yeah, and she says, please be mindful when posting to social media and add a spoiler alert. So, spoiler alert. I'm going to let you peek, but only if you want to see. And I won't say any of the colors out loud. So, if you do not want to see this, look away in 3, 2, 1. There we go. I mean, look. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm also thinking I might pull... I don't know. I haven't decided because she has it pulling from the center. I might pull from the outside. We'll see. We'll see. Pulling from the center would be easy to knit out of this cute little bag. Okay, it's away. You can come back and look. So I'm very excited about this. That is going up north with me this weekend. Those will be done this weekend. Those will absolutely be done. I'm very excited about those. So thank you so much for designing. Fabulous. And her base is so round and plump and squishy. Oh, I'm so excited. And it'll be another DK weight socks in my repertoire. So I'm looking around. I don't think there's much else to talk about right now other than thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, sharing. Please continue to do so. Tell your friends to come on and check me out. I love doing this. It's really fun. It's really fun to have this outlet where I can talk about what I love. I love that my kids are now starting to knit. It's so stinking cute. And they're asking for things. They've both have been asking for socks and talking about yarn and petting yarn and picking out yarn. They're getting excited about it. It very much is reminiscent of when I was 5 years old and picking out the first fabrics for quilt that I was picking out and going around and learning color theory in the store with my mom at the fabric store. So it's really fun that my kids are starting to get there to this point. It was really special. And to be able to share everything with everybody. Thank you. If you do, send some positive healing vibes to my dad. Knee surgery is no joke. So he's one tough SOB and he's taking it hard, but he's also pushing through. So send some well wishes his way. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Go ahead and hit that like, follow, share button. I'll see you guys next Monday. Say bye, Jonathan. Oh, where's your baby? Oh, attitude. Bye.